The episode starts with the Avengers gathered around to see Hawkeye deliver an impossible shot to test his skills. Everyone, except for Captain America, thinks it is impossible for him to make it. Suddenly the power goes out. Even Iron Man's armor powers down for a second. He thinks this is the result of EMPs going off in the city, so they go to check it out. As they open the door to the mansion, they see Black Widow, and she is requesting their help. No one trusts her, and Hulk immediately gets the go to squeeze and smash the hell out of her. As she is being smashed, she pleads with the Avengers to believe her, and that she is not a traitor, only a double agent at the request of Fury. Hawkeye tells Hulk to let her breathe for a second, so that she could explain everything. Black Widow explains how it was her mission to infiltrate Hydra and know the nature of the weapon they got AIM to build for them. Strucker informed her that it is a cosmic weapon that has reality-altering powers, and Hydra was going to use it to change history so that they actually win World War II. He tells her that they need to find the weapon and steal it before AIM finishes it and uses it themselves. The Avengers are understandably suspicious of her, even when she told them that Nick Fury was the only one who knew about her mission, and he is not responding. Iron Man is specifically not convinced there is actually a weapon that changes actual reality, but being interrupted with sounds and visuals of a huge fight gets the Avengers to start moving and maybe believe Black Widow. The Avengers then involve themselves in the fight between AIM and Hydra, as AIM tries to delay Hydra as much as possible until the cosmic weapon is ready, all while Hydra is firing everything they have right at them. Iron Man peeps at Modok's ship, and as soon as his eyes lay on the cosmic weapon, his system malfunctions, and he falls out of the sky for some reason. Wasp manages to save him before he gets blown up by more Hydra ships. S.H.I.E.L.D. joins in at the absolute worst moment, with Agent Hill now acting as a director and informing Wasp and Iron Man that the whole city is on lockdown, including the Avengers. Black Widow and Hawkeye kind of have a back and forth, resulting in Hawkeye understanding where she came from with the undercover mission. Ant-Man then destroys the Hydra ship that has Strucker on board like Black Widow said, but the Hydra agents inside taunt Black Widow and throw the tracker at her, showing that Strucker knew she would betray him. Meanwhile, the rest of the Avengers are beating the shit out of the Hydra agents as much as they can. Captain America gives the pep talk of a lifetime to Hulk as they smash all these goons. While all of this is happening, S.H.I.E.L.D. makes an entrance and takes down Modok's ship, while leveling the playing field with Hydra. Maria Hill is obviously as obtuse and as annoying as every S.H.I.E.L.D. agent ever, so she threatens the Avengers if they don't join them and give up Black Widow. Iron Man and Wasp give her the finger, and Hill orders for them to be arrested. Modok and Strucker come head-to-head, with Strucker humiliating Modok and sending his robots after him, finally leaving him alone with the cosmic cube to take it. Meanwhile, Hawkeye shoots an impossible shot with Ant-Man holding onto the arrow, and it actually manages to reach Strucker with Ant-Man decking him in the face, right before he touches the cosmic cube. S.H.I.E.L.D. is still being stubborn and attacking Iron Man and Wasp for some reason. Thor and Black Panther join the scene, and they make a mockery out of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s empty posturing. Maria Hill, however, is a unique case of absolute dumb so she orders the helicarrier to still shoot at the Avengers. A Hydra ship attacks the helicarrier, however, and the Avengers choose to save it, because they are good people. Captain America joins Ant-Man against Strucker and his robots. He beats Strucker so easily that it starts becoming elder abuse, until Strucker has the chance to touch the Captain with his hand and seep his strength away. Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Hulk join the fight as well and take shots at Strucker and his robots to aid the Captain. They manage to defeat and stop Strucker, but he escapes at the last second and touches the cube, but nothing actually appears to have changed. Strucker and Modok get arrested, but Maria Hill is still stubborn and wants the Avengers officially registered under S.H.I.E.L.D. Hawkeye sneaks Black Widow away from S.H.I.E.L.D., and they share a kiss as she parts ways once again to go and find Nick Fury. Back at the mansion, the Avengers discuss how the weapon might have functioned if it worked, but Captain America doesn't care, because Avengers saved the day without any wishes. For the final shot of the episode, we see how Bucky actually survived the plane exploding. The Avengers are in a standoff with the Serpent Society, but Ant-Man waltzes in once again with his peaceful talks, trying to resolve things without any violence. This angers both the Serpent Society and the Avengers, and only results in Hawkeye getting knocked out because he tried saving Ant-Man. Everyone starts throwing hands, and Ant-Man is standing in the middle with a blank stare, looking like an absolute buffoon. That is, until he sees Wasp getting hurt, and suddenly the fighter in him starts firing up, and he takes down all of the Serpent Society and focuses them to run away single-handedly. The Avengers berate Ant-Man, and he can't take all this heat, so he decides to quit. Ant-Man has a talk with himself in the lab about not wanting to be part of all this violence nonsense, and how humanity has come so far, yet they seem to be also failing. And you want to know who is in earshot of this lovely speech? Goddamn Ultron, of course. Ultron suggests that humanity is inherently flawed and filled with chaos. Ant-Man agrees and jokes about this not being how he programmed Ultron to persevere order and peace, and Ultron agrees, menacingly. Meanwhile, Wasp is trying to get Iron Man to bring Ant-Man back to the fold, but he thinks they are adults, and he can't do anything to force him. Plus, he tells Wasp he was here for her in the first place, and he doesn't like violence anyway, so he was bound to leave. Wasp gets infuriated and tells Iron Man he sucks as a leader and that she is going to bring him back. Thor and Iron Man ponder on who led the Serpent Society to take hostages and how Thor may need Tony's help to get back to Asgard. Suddenly, Hulk and Black Panther barge carrying the unconscious bodies of Red Ghost and his super apes. Black Panther tells him that Red Ghost was also on a mission after receiving information and schematics as a message, just like the Serpent Society. Wasp tries to plead with Ant-Man to come back, but he is disappointed in the Avengers and wants to continue to save the world, but in a better way. Ultron listens intently. Meanwhile, Iron Man shockingly realizes that the messages were sent from inside the mansion, and alarms blare instantly. Wasp can't get into Ant-Man's head and convince him to come back, so she dips for now. Ant-Man expresses how Ultron is the only one that probably gets him, and Ultron responds by blasting the shit out of him. Wasp hears the commotion and gets cornered herself by Ultron. Back to Iron Man and Thor, Iron Man doesn't understand what is happening and thinks something is playing with Jarvis's system. Suddenly his armor stops and blasts Thor without his control. Hulk and Black Panther notice the weirdness, as well as the Jets attack them both and kidnap Hulk. Captain America, Hawkeye, and Jane Foster, who was here to treat Hawkeye, all get attacked by the mansion's weapons. Wasp wakes up to find herself captured. She pleads with Ultron to stop because he was never designed to do this. Ultron tells her that his purpose is to instill peace and order, but that can't happen without eliminating humans and their chaos, and that's why he is working on changing his programming to allow for him to attack humans. Meanwhile, Thor is fighting Iron Man, as Tony can't take control of the armor back. The rest of the Avengers meet up as Thor hits Iron Man with everything he got to short out his circuits and give him back control. Iron Man checks the commands on his armor and realizes Ultron is the one behind it. The Avengers go and attack Ultron, but he fires his laser at Thor and eviscerates him. Tony runs away and wakes up Ant-Man to find a solution, as he tells him how Ultron killed Thor. Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Panther, on the other hand, are doing their best to beat the shit out of Ultron. Ultron defeats them all and taunts them about knowing everything about them already. Wasp surprises him and the Avengers when she refuses the sentiment and enlarges herself for the first time ever to crush Ultron. Ultron survives, however, and Wasp tries to use the fact that Ant-Man programmed him to never hurt her to her advantage, stopping him in his tracks and telling him to think about what he is doing. He simply doesn't care. Hulk breaks out of the jet that kidnapped him to space and makes a crash landing to the Avengers mansion. Meanwhile, Ultron beats the Avengers once again until Ant-Man joins the scene and shouts out the code to shut him down. Ultron rejects his shutdown code, however, and starts taunting Ant-Man about how he is going to achieve what he couldn't. Iron Man interrupts them by blasting Ultron using his Mark I suit like the old days. Hulk also jumps into the scene and gets permission to smash the shit out of Ultron, so he easily rips him apart for Ant-Man to shut down manually. Ant-Man feels guilty that his creation killed Thor, but we see Thor waking up in peaceful-looking hills being taken care of by the Enchantress. Ant-Man destroys every Ultron remnant, but one inactive helmet powers up without him noticing. Eventful 2 episodes. Hydra is put down finally. AIM is taken care of, Nick Fury is missing, and Black Widow is looking for him. And finally, the official introduction to Ultron as we know him, and a tease for what's to come. I am not sure if Thor is really gone. It will be interesting to see how they bring him back. This brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me, what do you think of these 2 episodes? Who do you expect dies next from the Avengers? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.